There's she says that I'm just gonna need some time to think about it. Let me see what the world is before I try to determine who I am.
Whoa.
This is heavy.
It's a pretty good line.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
I'll check in here later by the end of the day. You've been so nice to me. Where can I go to eat something? Where can I go to sleep? What? And all those questions that would naturally be asked. And Umber produces a flyer. It has addresses for all the local social services.
So you just came into existence.
Yeah, basically. This is something they've been doing for a while now. They've got places that are happy to give the newly emerged a place to stay, a bite to eat, and even a job. So she's set with that. I mean, what she does with it, yeah, but she's got the primer information.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do?
Well,
Witnessing this.
I mean, if that's how she wants to do it, then I wish her the best of luck in this world.
Yeah, she pencils in after chatting with Umber, learns about what the naming ceremony is and what it means, and she's amenable to it, and she wants to be penciled in for tomorrow. She just wants to sleep on it.
How does she know what sleep is? This doesn't add up.
It's instinctual.
Everyone knows how to take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd tell her to look me up
figure it out pretty quick.
If she needs help.
Okay.
She probably will, considering all the nonsense that's going on in this village.
Yeah.
All the nonsense. So much nonsense. Okay, are you guys going to explore the city? Are you going to want to take this nameless dragon spawn under your wing? Are you just going to beat feet and ask around for grimy floor? Or none of the above?
We should probably take her along. Show her the ropes of being alive.
Let's hang out.
Okay.
I mean, I thought she wanted to sleep.
Eventually, I'm sure, but not right now.
That's probably her plan.
In a manner of speaking, she just woke up.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be happy to walk through the town with her, but I don't know any more than you do.
I thought you were going to say cast sleep.
Oh, have you thought about what you want to do with your, kind of skills?
Let me tell you about magic.
Well, what? I guess I'd like to be useful. What do people need?
Okay, not a wizard. Not
magic
a wizard.
is the most useful thing. You can do so many things with it. Oh my god.
What am I good at? Gosh. She looks through just the question of what the heck am I good at. She starts looking through the pamphlet and finds a work placement service. And oh my. Slops is a dark elf.
Scarlet, you should...
I rolled high weirdness, and now I'm a dark elf.
You should slap that job placement brochure out of her hand and just tell her to be a wizard.
Don't do that.
I do... Do you not know what wizards do? That is my job. I get paid to do this.
To slap...
When's the last time
are you telling me that wizardry is a pyramid scheme?
Well, technically, I was
recruit
being paid
wizards?
to do this until the whole, end of the world thing started. But
wizardry is a pyramid scheme. This explains everything.
But I was employed as a.
I mean, just look at where the Archmage lives.
Oh my god!
A giant pyramid.
Yeah. Basically, the biggest pyramid.
That's canon now, folks. The biggest pyramid.
Good lord. I need time to digest this.
She looks at the back flap of the pamphlet with the city map and the "You are here," and I guess just sort of wanders out toward it.
Hey, wait.
Well, I'll go with her.
Hang on. Cyan. Little thing. Dragon. She was blue, right?
All right. Yes.
We can show you around. I mean, you don't just want to wander around aimlessly. I mean, we've existed for many years. and I know you're kind of new at existing. We can show you the ropes.
Okay, it's good to have some locals here.
We're not
Oh,
locals.
we're not local.
Oh,
We're
okay.
we're actually from pretty much
Well, it's good to have some
from
friends.
pretty much around the entire world, which is
Right.
the grand buffet of existence right here among this party.
We've been all kinds
Yeah.
of places.
It's true. It's true.
And done a lot, yeah.
As you walk, she's very excited to learn about all of the. She asks you about all your homelands, your
So there's
hometowns.
things called Tarasques, right? That's one thing you're gonna want to know.
No.
Mint and strawberry confuse her because they both give very different accounts of the same elvish town.
Yes.
I'm sure she's probably also confused when I describe my childhood because it's like, wait, you were a kid?
That's an
Wait, you
option.
have
Wait, I should ask about that. Before I leave this place, could I ask one of those two guys some quick question?
Sure.
I wasn't aware that dragonspawn were still like popping out of the desert like this.
It's rare. This is our first one in about 2 years, 4 months.
Hey.
After flipping through some
Truthson was pretty
leaves
accurate.
in the ledger.
Lines up with what the old guy said. Is there any idea what caused it to happen?
What caused what to happen?
That people to suddenly...
Our existence or the slowing of the emergence?
Well, I mean, the second part.
The
I
second.
mean, obviously the first one is still a big question, but the second one...
There are theories, of course, but knowing what caused the first generation in the first place, the emergences at all, would go a long way to helping us figure out why they're slowing. But I think there's just supposed to be a certain number of us. I think there's supposed to be a certain population, and as we get close to it, fewer need to come out the old ways. And Shock just shakes her head completely. No, that's foolish. That's superstition. It's like, you ever see a dam burst and there's a huge rush that turns into a trickle. That's all it is. It came out as a burst, and now we're on the tail end of the
makes
trickle.
more sense to me than the other thing.
And Umber is like, well, we aren't water rushing out of a dam. We're people. We are a society. We're a culture. And this is clearly one of many things that there's a plurality of opinion on.
Could have something to do with
I mean,
magic.
I've seen frogs, and they lay eggs in the mud, and when they emerge, you get a big rush of the first batch, and they slowly come out as the spawning season finishes up. I've seen it happen before, is what I'm saying.
They both shoot Manuel horrible.
Are you saying that we're frogs?
In a way, are
looks
we not
exact.
all frogs, Scarlet?
No.
I don't know what philosophy books you've been reading.
Is your chest still shaking?
I'm still wearing the wig as well.
All right, just checking.
I celebrate all Spookums morn, unlike some people.
Spookums month. Which is how long it's going to take for that hair to grow back. It was a really poor choice of costume.
Also,
I have a vest.
while you're here, everyone who returns back, most people, would you like to see your entry in the ledger?
I wasn't aware that I even had one. I wasn't even born here.
There's a big eye roll from Shock.
What? What does that mean?
You don't have to be born here. The ledger is for our entire people.
Well, I don't know if I'm in it or not. But,
You're in it, trust me. What's your birthday? Let me prove it.
let's see. Oh god, I don't have an actual date.
Spookums Eve.
Well, we don't have an actual calendar, so Scarlet knows her birthday, and
I mean,
she
it
tells
was-
it to...
It was at some point about 27 years ago.
Okay.
One of them days.
Yeah. Then the newborn isn't quite Scarlet's age. She's about Scarlet's age minus 5 to 8. Yeah.
I assume that
Yeah,
they're
it'd be
born
kind of a
roughly
bum deal if you were born
18
in
to
your
19.
30. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm born, my hip and my back.
Jeez.
Oh.
So flipping open to the right page, you see an entry for De Fleur, Scarlet, parents, grandparents going back, and scale coloration, height and weight, egg diameter.
You don't want to know that.
I assume that my parents just sent this information back to you?
Yeah, absolutely. How else are we supposed to keep track of our numbers? How else are we supposed to know where we are in the world? It even has later addenda as attending Magic Academy. Your entry, you look at the neighbors around you on that page, your entry is very sparse. A lot of people have many, many life events in the ledger, but you've just got the real bullet points.
Well, probably because my parents died when I was very young.
Yeah, that and you
kind
didn't
of
even
fell
know
off
this
the
was
radar,
here.
I
So,
suppose.
yeah. You get the idea that a lot of what notes are there aren't entirely correct. You get a sense that there's hearsay in this. Like, there's Imperial Fugitive with 2 question marks next to it.
No, it's accurate.
That's the most recent one in there.
It's accurate. Don't worry. You got it right.
None of this.
In one. I mean, we were for a while until we made that deal.
No, this entry is completely inaccurate.
I know. I mean, we were like literally until we made that deal.
Shut up.
Just saying, it's the truth. We're not anymore, though. But it's okay. I'm sorry. Sheesh.
Also, as now that we've caught up with the action, something else Scarlet notices is that even though she's never been here, even though she's never been in a place like this, there's a sense of home to it in that no one's giving her a second look. In fact, if anyone's stares are lingering, it's on literally everyone else she's with.
Slots is waving magnanimously.
She's never before felt like she belonged like she does here. Like, she can just walk into a store and no one's going to look up. No one's going... She can let her tail out and no one's going to care.
What is it, up in a bun?
I don't agree with your weird metaphor, but okay.
Well, everybody else is
always
always
out,
just like noticeably paranoid about tripping over it and, oh, can I touch your scales? Like, oh my god, that gets old.
Yeah, that does get old.
Meanwhile, Slots is giving a history lesson to new friend Dragonborn with all his puppets of the various icons that he has, except the Emperor, because he still hasn't felt like making a new one. So he's just kind of completely glazing over absolutely everything related to the Empire. He's just kind of making it sound like...
Which is kind of a big mover and shaker in in world history.
Just a little bit.
That's fine. There was like the Wizard King who used to be the ruler of some small kingdom somewhere. Nobody remembers where. Anyway, now he's called the Lich King, and Slots continues on like that.
So which of these is, I guess, in control here? Is this place... What is this?
He holds up the Great Goldworm puppet and explains that about the Abyss and how the Golden Citadel and the Abyss are nearby. And then he explains about the Priestess and then the High Druid. They're all pretty much the local ones. But Eridu, he really talks up Eridu a lot. Slots is clearly a fan. He talks up Eridu a lot.
I don't think Slots has ever been here. This place is new to him.
He's heard about it. He's a big fan. You guys are mean. You guys
Well,
are mean. Slots can have
this
a
place
crate.
is founded by people who didn't exist
I know.
since the last time you woke up.
I've heard a lot. Jeez,
Okay.
you guys think I don't read
We
newspapers?
don't.
Slots, you're not teaching bad history, are you?
Drunk history with
I haven't
sluts.
mentioned you yet. Bam.
Damn.
Is it the shoes?
So, also mentioning that Slots, that even though that was a pretty heavy burn, he's also warming up the Scarlet some more. It's like dancing around a little bit after that bam. Anyway, was the question...
I tolerated it.
Anyway, Slots was talking about how Dragonborn here are like making their own future and doing their own thing without much interference from icons at all. Or at least that's That's his interpretation and his hopes and dreams for the
This
place.
also confuses her with the armed, uniformed Imperial guardsmen on nearly every
I see.
corner.
So are those
Yeah.
the fun police?
Those are a bunch of fuck. Scarlet better interrupt Slots before he says something.
I do interrupt Slots and I say, well, those men are from the Empire. They, which is technically where we are.
Slots wanders off to find someone worth less guards.
They're everywhere.
This
And
looks like a
currently,
party town.
we're not sure why they're here, but the atmosphere is a little bit tense.
Oh, okay.
I would just say let's just be careful,
Yeah.
not to get in their way.
I mean, I wouldn't want to. I want my first day to be a good one.
Yeah, I do too.
Meanwhile,
You want your first day to be a good one? Drink this.
don't.
Yes, that's fine.
No.
She's of age.
Yeah, okay. I'm kind of thirsty.
Yeah.
What do
Oh,
you?
yeah.
What do you?
What was it? What did you drink? This
was-
impressionable young woman.
It was some mead.
Okay, that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah. It's called mead. It's made from honey, which is made by bees. Bees hate you, but if you steal their honey, you can make mead.
Might be why they hate you so much.
Well,
Anyhow,
because you take their honey. It's kind of a cyclical
Yeah,
thing.
that might have some. The honey stealing probably doesn't really improve their opinion.
it's a chicken and egg situation. How do I know about chickens and
You,
eggs?
I mean, it's also one of those instinctual things. Eggs and all.
I suppose.
Although
Hey,
I
let's
should
have
let you
chicken
know
and
that,
eggs.
bees aren't really that big of a problem for us. They can't really get to our skin that well. But if you do happen to have a human friend around, they should probably watch out.
Meanwhile, wherever Bella is, she
Wherever that
gets
pile of
a
trash is.
she
I
she
mean,
gets a
the pile
call
of trash
on
that Bella's in, not Bella.
on the Equinox orb. I believe she had it last.
The orb starts ringing with a ringtone.
Or if not, we're gonna retcon it so that's the case. So Bella can get to do something right now.
Ring, ring.
Ring ring. Bella time.
Bella.
Oh man, who did Bella pass
Bella
that
is
orb off
unavailable.
to? Manuel, you have the
Oh.
orb.
This is the first
For
time
some
I've ever
reason,
had the
it was
orb.
part of his elaborate. It was part of his elaborate Spookums Night.
Oh
this
dear,
dance.
I've never had the orb before. What do I do with this?
Well,
Just
you
talk
look
at
inside it and you see an orange eyeball really close up, and then finally seeing someone in it, it backs up and you see the rest of Algernon's
Hello. Yes. What do you want?
face. Yeah, big guy. Yes. I was calling to give a report of last night's receipts ending the Spookums Night season. It was very good. However, I've just been informed there is bigger news. Can I tell you something important?
Sure. Go for it, orange one.
There has been an incident.
I mean, there's always incidences going on pretty much all the time. This is a bad incident, though, I'm assuming.
Yes, there's been a break-in. It was not my fault. There's been a break-in.
I was very drunk.
I mean, as
was
head
not
of
my
security, I can only assume it was completely your fault.
Co-head.
Oh, so who-
co-head. My brother is
Vice-
head. I'm the
So it was his
co-head.
fault then.
I'll
Then
allow
whose
it.
came for you?
I like your thinking. It was his fault that I got so drunk, I did not notice the break-in.
So what happened with this break-in?
Some of the black obsidian shards from the basement, the ritual tomb of the Orc Lord, that prevented him from being revived, those are now
That
gone.
seems like one of the worst things you could have let happen.
In their place, there's a giant sack of turnips. I'm investigating the turnips.
By which I mean I'm keeping Slamby from
Perhaps
eating
instead
them
of
as best I
investigating the
can.
turnips, you can investigate where the shards went.
Well, there
That boy
were,
would need a turnip.
there were
He hates
two
breakfast.
suspicious figures spotted. We thought they were just costumed revelers, Spookums Night, our big season finale. They were two tall figures in dark robes. One just seemed to have that sense of he owned the place, and the other had a large cleric staff. I think there was this rabble-rouser as well who might have been part of the plan. This incredibly irritating guy in gold armor with a feathered hat who managed to distract everyone during the theft. I believe it's related.
Interesting.
That sounds familiar.
As a side note, perhaps we should see about sealing off that tomb.
It was the final stop of the haunted house tour. Pedriac thought it would be a good idea.
Pedriac. Well,
Everyone's fault, but
everyone but
Algernon's, huh?
Algernon messed up, huh?
Entirely correct, sir. Yes.
If I had been
Everybody
awake
cheated but me.
and possibly sober, I would have cut them all with my sword, and we didn't even have a problem.
Says Algernon. Yes.
Yes.
Well, Algernon, I'm going to assume that this being everybody's fault but yours, I'm going to leave this matter in your competent, capable hands.
Please don't.
Too late, it's done.
yeah, I get that for you.
Please put Tran on.
Yes,
Leave
can
it
I
up to
talk
her.
to
I know she
somebody
can do
else
it.
who might have some more information about this?
Can I talk to someone who doesn't have the last name DeFleur?
Well,
Yeah,
when
talk
Can I
you
to
want-
talk to
Flavia.
Pedriac, perhaps?
Yes.
Oh Jesus!
So
where
I
did
hear
come
you
from?
made the Orc Lord.
I've been
I
here
hear
all
you made the
along.
Orc Lord's tomb the final stop on our haunted house, and now the thing's keeping the Orc Lord from raising.
It's what the paying customers pay to see. They would be cheated without it. Truly.
Well, now we've been
Wait, so what's
cheated out
coming
of
out of it? I missed that
a
part.
dead Orc Lord.
The Orc Lord's
I mean-
back?
The Orc Lord has not returned, just some obsidian shards that were holding the binding, preventing his revivification. As long as we prevent anyone from coming in to do everything else necessary for revivification, then truly there is no trouble here.
Say that again.
Revivification.
Thank you.
One more time.
Okay,
I love that.
Revivification.
Oh, thanks.
well,
Sound it out.
try and work with... Like, has Tran been working on it, or is she...
Tran has been. We only learned this morning. She's currently creating some sort of device to investigate the crime scene, some strange lights and whatnot. I don't understand, truly.
It's probably some sort of magic.
It's above my head
Not
as
magic,
a
doesn't like magic.
as merely a mindless construct carrying out the will of the manor.
I mean, yeah, that's
Let's
true.
see. Keep us
Yeah,
updated.
and I would say about
Let her know that I'm putting my full faith in her to take care of it.
Yes,
Give her a
my
kiss,
dear.
right?
lady.
maybe
Anyway.
consider cementing that tomb up.
Yeah, maybe.
The grand tour season has ended. The receipts were quite strong. Yes, I believe we could diversify until next.
I mean,
Spookums
no.
Night.
Let's not diversify.
And I guess we need to also increase security, considering our only security guard is not claiming responsibility for what happened. So,
I am not the only one here, but I was in charge.
okay. So, can I
Wait a
ask you a question?
Yes.
This reminds me of a
If you were in
puzzle.
charge and it's not your fault, are you speaking from the perspective of I've already fired you, or?
Well, look, all we have to do is wait for Tran to figure out where they went, and then I will chase them down and get your obsidian whatever's back.
Fair enough.
What do I pay you for?
To go do things
To
like
scare
that.
children.
Kill stuff with a sword.
That
I
was
thought
this
a joke.
dude's idea. I didn't give a shit about that.
Look, make Algernon kill somebody with a
Excuse me.
sword. That's what
It
he's
was
good at.
Audrielle's idea. Thank you very much. She's quite
Seems
clever
like
that
you
way.
guys have ample control of the manor. Definitely cement that up and do not reopen it for next Spookums Night or any other night forever until the end of time.
Put a tag on it that says "Do not reopen until next week."
Question.
Yes,
Question.
Master Well, yes.
Are you going to seal up the turnips in
Yes.
there? Or...
Do not leave the turnips.
Okay.
The turnips are quite unpleasant.
Like all turnips.
What? I'm not even going to ask. I was going to say, why did they leave the turnips? You're probably not going to know. I'm just hoping that it's not some part of a ritual.
Perhaps some sort of calling card, a joke, a Spookums Night prank.
The turnip thief.
Who do we know who would orchestrate such an intricate heist,
You
act
just
like
said
they
it.
own the
Orchestrate.
place,
It's the Orc Lord.
Oh, orchestrated.
Yes.
Damn.
Perhaps he wishes
Who
to
could
revive his
possibly
ancestor.
navigate those tunnels?
Wait, Nav doesn't like.
You
Who
just
Nav
said it.
doesn't like.
Hi, Kate.
Gate.
Oh, it was the gate.
That guy Gate. Right.
Who do we know that's involved with turnips? Mogut's family is farmers, right?
They farm turnips,
Oh,
don't
it was
they?
Margaret.
Isn't her last name Turnip or something too?
Margaret Turnip, our good friend.
Now that you mention
I believe
it, I
it
haven't
is
seen
stone,
Margaret
which has the
all day.
taste of a turnip. So
Right.
Well, it was good.
Anyway, it was
Really, this
It
could
was
go in
good
any
talking
direction.
to you. You have made me thoroughly wary about ever holding onto this orb again. Have a good day.
yes, Master West.
Bye.
Yes.
I should probably head back to Equinox sometime in the near,
I
the
mean-
coming future.
We don't have time to. I'm sure it's fine, but maybe after we're done all the important things, we should go back as fast as we can.
Being my estate, I can't quite as easily write it off as I'm sure.
I'm
it's
sure
fine.
it's fine, Bella. All they did was lose the pieces that were keeping the orc from being revived.
I'm sure my entire livelihood over the past several months is probably fine.
Well, it's technically a bag of turnips.
I mean, it's also obsidian.
And
sharp.
also all the money
if
he
you
made
if
from
you
the,
plant those turnips, you'll have more turnips. That's a growth
And wouldn't
industry.
that be
Want more
horrible?
turnips.
if you give a mouse a turnip,
So are they just
Nothing
regular
happens.
turnips,
They're
It
or-
won't eat it.
Are they just regular turnips?
Yes, they're just regular.
they're not poisoned or
They're
anything?
distressingly standard, ma'am.
How would you even know
Manuel
that
was
they taste
disgusting.
bad? You're
That's a real good phrase.
Slamby informed
Oh,
me.
well, if you take Slampy's word on many,
Not even he
you
could
take
finish
Slampy's
one.
word on
Wait.
things, I don't
Fine.
think you're gonna get very far.
He says that any vegetable tastes bad.
Yeah, he doesn't like vegetables.
I believe him in
Do
regard
you really
to
expect
turnips.
anything better?
Anyway, I thank you for telling.
is Slampy's
Thank you for
job
telling
at
us
the manor,
this.
by the
I
way?
tossed the orb. I
Poison
tossed the orb to
fester.
Bella and Hank.
Slamby's the X Factor.
Yeah. It's the wild card.
You just point him at something that looks wrong, and wait.
And
for
he makes
So
something-
mostly mirrors.
Oh, shit!
Because
All right. Well, thank you very much, Padraic. Algernon, please step up security.
Gotcha.
That's all.
Gotcha.
Okay. This is when you find walking through the city, speaking on your surreptitious and sneaky communication orb, and clearly being out of place. You're pegged by the local guards.
You with the orb?
What's with that orb?
What, me?
What's up with the orb, huh?
Nuts, it's the 5-0.
It's
She's at the
Orbo.
feds.
Are these Imperial guards or?
Yes, if they look like a guard, they're a guard. If they don't, they're a dragon spawn. You, thanks to the power of
Dang,
imagination.
there's a whole lot of guards then.
There's we don't have that many dragon spawn pogs, so you're just going to have to imagine dragons.
Dang. Go play.
I'd really rather
fuck's sake.
not, bud, just for you.
Rip
I would
leaves
like
in
to drain
disgust.
all of your blood from your butt.
I want your skull.
Shit.
Pull my belt.
However, one not dressed in your average guardsing gear, but rather a formal and decorated uniform, walks up to the group and asks, "What business do you have in Eridu? We are not accepting tourists."
Is he talking to me and Mint and?
He's talking to the entire assembly, everyone who's.
Oh,
I'm
we've
glad
all
I snuck
met
into
up.
a
I
tavern
mean, we were
earlier.
accompanied into town by 2 of the dragon spawn guards, or welcoming committee, or whatever they call themselves. So I assume we are very much welcomed here by the local populace.
It's right there in the
The
name.
local
Welcome to
populace is not the law. I am the law.
Law.
Law could use a haircut.
No, he could not.
I'm bald, sir.
I'm talking about those eyebrows.
Mint, let's calm down.
In
Manuel, calm down.
Mint's like, yo, hold your head up to this belt for a second. I need to measure it.
Mint,
In any case, he looks down at a sheet of paper and says, "You are going to need travel papers to move here. and he informs where you can visit an office to get those travel permissions. Please don't make me approach you again.
Please don't
Yeah,
approach us
I would
again.
prefer
Yes.
it if you did.
Thank you very much, sir.
Feel free to not approach us again.
Man, if they're all like this, I'm gonna change that positive emperor relationship to a conflicted now. That guy was unpleasant.
I'm glad mine's already negative.
You,
Like that Manuel can be swayed by one dude.
is anyone going to investigate anything that happened, or just take that as read and ignore it?
Well, are there?
I think it would be, well, okay, you go first.
Well, I mean, does that represent the norm of the interactions here? Is there anybody around I can ask about that?
Well, yeah, it's a bustling
Can I
city.
use an Emperor 5 to kind of get the real lowdown from one of the grunts who probably is a little bit loose-lipped about what's actually going on?
Oh, absolutely.
Time to
how
sink,
many-
time to
you know
sink
how
some
many
ships,
ships-
which are like
Yes.
boats and not cages.
Do you know how many ships that guy has sunk in his lifetime?
You
Thought
catch
this will be his first.
you catch a guy just well, he's not on guard duty, but you can tell. I mean, being a human in Eridu, that's super rare. Just roll the dice. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
guard
yeah.
off duty, and so he's like, "Hey, you're not from around here," and he laughs as if that's a good joke because he just got out of the tavern because it's not his shift. And so, what can I help you with, man?
I kind of...
Tell me, what's the word on the outside? I've been stationed here for weeks.
Well, I mean, as everybody knows, everything's going to shit all over the place, pretty much.
Don't I
What
know it?
particular manner of shit is going down in this place, however? As you can tell, I'm a newcomer. I kind of Manuel's worked with the Imperial Army before. He's been a wilderness tracker for a couple of, people going through the
Right.
wild woods and such. So he kind of flashes some manner of identification, a pin, a medal, something
So-
like that.
Yeah.
It's
So,
A
the
merit badge.
exactly.
Merit
Yeah.
badge.
you're not press, are you?
Do
Crimson
I
dollar and-
look like press, good sir?
You don't, but the marshal, big
Some
old
kiddies are
Kabuki,
press.
he doesn't want any
Wait, you know
press in town.
Kabuki?
Well, he's my boss. I know of him. Yeah, I know
that guy's a
Kabuki.
total hard ass, ain't that right?
He is.
Always
oh my God.
getting the grunts down. I mean, he's really just kind of a total asshole, if you ask me.
I'm
know,
having
he's
a
not
hard
so bad.
time picturing Manuel being this hard
Manuel-
boiled guy in the tavern with his shaved belly.
The thing is, though,
He put a handkerchief down on the stool before he sat down.
the thing about Kabuki is you just realize that it's all an act. You know, that he's not so bad. He just puts on that front, right? You know, especially in, enemy territory like this. He scopes his eyes around to make sure nobody hears him call an Imperial City enemy
That's
territory.
interesting. I hadn't heard that Eridu had become an official enemy territory. Briefly.
It's not.
So,
He
And
says, kind of
he tries to wink, but keeps blinking because he's drunk.
huh.
But what kills me is that it's the only act that the marshal can keep up. Have you ever seen him try to deal with something on the down low? It's hilarious.
Yeah, that guy he totally just gives
Whenever he
things
has
away.
whenever he has a secret message, he's always looking at his piece of paper that's telling him who to talk to. Come on, just remember it. How hard
Could
is
you
that?
be any more obvious?
Seriously.
So tell me, have you got any special orders regarding Eridu and keeping it under the control of the Empire?
That's pretty much it. Keep it under the control of the Empire. I mean, we've done shows of force. We've been suppressing any demonstrations against the Empire. That's really the only things we can think of, and it's not.
So
working
I've kind
out.
of been off doing my own thing, collecting knickknacks to, kind of help with all this demon stuff that's going on. So I haven't really heard. Hey, did you hear about that Tarask that went down the other day? Kind of a big deal.
Wait, the Tarask woke up?
We I mean, I was on the squad who kind of dealt with it. So,
I mean, I single-handedly.
I mean, you know, we kind of got some little bit of help from the Crusader, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do when it's a Tarrasque, right?
Now that guy, he could put down a riot.
So I
tell
kind
you
of
what.
hadn't heard what the big problem with Eridu is these days, guys with the stuff, right? And I kind of elbow him.
There's a problem with this call. Is
Uh-oh.
everyone hearing me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
just...
It's
just
Drackle. Okay. He'll be back.
Anyway, I'm basically asking him why Eridu is suddenly a problem just now.
Well, the thing is, they sent over... It's a lot of problems.
It's fine, I got time, I
Basi-
got drinks.
I don't
Doesn't
even know
actually
what
have
they
drinks
want.
places.
They just don't want what they got. All right. I've had people telling me that it's about better treatment. I've been hearing people telling me that it's about getting us out of the wastes. We've been in the wastes for months. All right. Get used to it. I heard people telling me that they want to be independent. I heard people telling me they want to join up with Drakenhall that thinks it's independent. Yeah, right. And
Yeah, tell me. Yes, Drakenhall. It's a good one.
every day it's
Yeah, actually,
it's a new thing. Every day.
Huh. Seems like a big old mess of trouble. It's not really worth it for the Empire, if you ask me.
Oh,
Yeah, well, if I got to choose where people would put the army, I wouldn't be the one dressed like this.
I guess so. That's what it's like being an independent contractor. I'm going to leave this place now because it's filthy and I hate it. Also, this
like,
accent makes me
oh,
is hurting my throat.
good
day,
day, sir.
Oh, whatever. I gotta suit up.
You're
And
you're going
booze.
on to your duty drunk?
No? Why would you think that?
Hmm.
And he tries to wink again, but just keeps
He
blinking.
tries to wink and accidentally gives a thumbs up. He's like, "Wait, what? I don't."
He tries to wink, but you know how like people kind of do that thing where like they kind of like really force it with their whole face, but he's getting so into it that he kind of he's just like a full body wink.
He
And, like,
just
his whole,
curls
like,
up into
right
the fetal
side,
position
kinda,
onto
like-
the floor.
He like bends over and like tries to wink and just kind of falls
Huh.
over.
Anyhow, what are you gonna do with all that information
Guess
you
I
just
should.
got?
Destroy the Empire.
I guess I should tell it to the rest of my crew.
Okay. You
No,
know...
we've been hearing a lot of reasons about how evil we are, but so you know, that must mean there aren't any. God, Empire.
I basically let them know
alright,
that-
You know the basic situation. You know that Marshal Kabuki isn't so good at undercover
He
spy
seems
stuff.
like the guy we should
and
be tracking down.
in hindsight, he might have been flashing some of his tells that as strangers you didn't recognize.
Oh, did we? That was
Probably.
Kabuki, that bald guy.
Yeah,
Nice.
yes, that was the Marshal.
Yeah,
Marshal Kabuki.
Captain Eyebrows.
Captain Baldo. All right. Well.
You do have the address for the records office that Kabuki gave you.
Oh,
I guess
After
we
all.
should probably get those papers.
Mm-hmm.
please.
I guess we should. Why should we do what he
Because we
says?
don't want to cause an incident before we cause an incident on purpose. You know what I mean? We don't want to
But why
pre-incident
should we do what he
size
says?
our incidents.
It's like filling up on water before you drink any
Yeah,
movement.
have you ever gone to a place where there's unlimited...
We can just do
Have you ever
other
gone to a place where there's unlimited breadsticks? You don't want to fill up on breadsticks before the main course has happened.
You might.
Unless
It's
you went there
probably
just
better
because-
than what they actually serve.
Yeah.
But in this case, you might want to just explore all avenues before committing to one.
I mean, there's really no reason to
It
not get
is, I think, what Manuel
There's really no
is
reason to
saying.
not get papers.
Other than like you're sort of by doing that, you're accepting him as an authority figure.
Nah. Sometimes you can...
Not if you sign it as a fake name.
I mean, sometimes you can
That's
just do
really
things
funny.
to avoid complications without bowing to somebody's will, specifically. Like that time I wore
Just write
Slots'
it.
sweater.
Just write a funny name.
Oh,
Oh, hey!
god! Bella's still wearing Slots' sweater. Bella like loves it. It's really sweet, and she thought it was a nice gift.
Slots quits the Rogue Elements.
No!
Nav will be back next week.
Slots, come back.
And then Nav will also leave because Manuel sucks.
I was joking. Slots sweater is lovely.
Nav will
Good
come back
day.
and Bella will be like, "Did you hear? We had a robot guy and he made sweaters for everyone, and Manuel insulted them and he left." Then Nav will leave too.
Nav will just snap his frying pan in half and leave.
In any case, what's anybody else doing?
Nav was making personalized omelets for everyone.
It
changes
Can
his
I
mind.
make a charisma check to befriend as many people as possible?
Sure. Give it to me.
That just seems like a useful thing to do.
Give me that.
I'm drinking in a different tavern that has more Dragonborn and less shitty guards from the horrible empire that I hate.
Yeah. Like,
Let's
think
see.
of it like a sports bar, except the fans fight each other in riots every once in a while. So like a sports
Yeah.
bar.
Dang.
I am going to use
You got
the
your Cubs bars, you got your Sox bars, all right? You don't...
Yeah.
That's your whiskey drinks. You take a vodka drink.
I am going to make a check to remind these people of the good times, but I'm going to use
But not
myself.
the better time.
I'm only one man. I'm going to use my self-made check so that these people like the real slots and not just the fake showman slots, you know?
You're
That's
putting
the
on a show of how real you are.
No, I'm not even putting on a show. My showmanship background is natural magician. I'm
Okay.
actively not using that one.
Okay.
This is really more about not using the faking
This is
background
Nav
than it is about
Unplugged.
using. Yeah, except it's slots also.
That's the one.
Yeah, that guy.
If
Well,
Slots is
7,
unplugged, you just
6
power
alarm.
down.
No, he's powered by like one of those watches that you shake, you know? He's one of those.
Remember to
Anyway,
shake your
7 plus
slots.
6 plus 3. 20. Nobody likes me.
No, people like you. That's, I mean, being liked in a bar
It's not a hard check.
is not a high DC.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
I'm just getting word around about.
you haven't made besties that would lay their lives down for you,
You
but
didn't even reach first rank.
but there are some people are buying you drinks by the time you're done here.
Oh, thank
You know?
you. I can't.
People are going to be like, "Remember that guy? I think so."
Flute. It's a boat.
guy.
Yeah, he was a boat, right?
He had a hat.
I think it was
I
like
love that
Coots or
hat.
something, right? Coots?
I love
Good
that
old
hat.
boots.
Darn Slotson, or whatever he said.
No, you're thinking of the other guy. No, this yeah, okay.
He did have flower pots on his feet.